Hi guys, this is Rose and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we're gonna learn how to create bill for the freight invoice that we've received. So freight invoice can be either classified as expense or cash advance depending on the status of the delivery of a certain PO or order. So let's go. Let's open our Soho books. Proceed on creating new bill under purchase mobile. Let's select vendor name or add new vendor. So for example, we're gonna add Line Shipping LLC. This is the freight forwarder that we hired and they're giving us now the freight invoice for payment. The payment terms is 30 days, not 30. Next, for a bill number, it's up to you if you're gonna use voucher number or any internal control reference number or the tax invoice of the freight invoice that you've received. Tax invoice reference of the freight invoice that you've received from your freight forwarder or shipping company. Then please mention the PO, the specific customer PO, the date of the invoice, the bill date is either invoice date or the day you receive the invoice. But usually we are using the date we receive the invoice because we're considering the 30 days, right? So if they're giving you the invoice on time, then they will receive payment on time. But if there's a delay on sending the invoice, then we must also consider that. So in bill, you can add line items specific for ocean freight, customs duty, for your evaluation later on, for your analysis later on. So if you want to view a certain bill that represents the freight cost of a certain order, then you can identify how much is the ocean freight, how much is the customs duty, rather than checking again the tax invoice that you've received from the freight forwarder. So why not update your bill same with the freight invoice that you've received. So the first bill that was just posted represents the freight cost. So this means that the time that we received the invoice, the shipment was delivered to the customer, and at the same time we had already billed the customer. So it means that the same month we billed the customer, and the same month we must acknowledge the freight cost. But for the second illustration, we can clone this first bill that we've just posted to create a new bill. So clone means create a duplicate of the bill that was already posted. Then you can just edit the date, the other references, the value or the additional charges. This second bill that we are creating right now represents the cash advance. Why cash advance? Because we assume that the delivery is still going to customer's custody and will be invoiced in month of November. Since we've received in advance this freight invoice and the date is October, then we're gonna record cash advance for now, not a freight cost. Because again, I'll be reminding you that we must recognize cost and freight when we have the sales. So since we have not generated the sales invoice, then it means that we cannot recognize freight for now because the profit and loss statement will show negative. So once we posted those bills, then let's view the cash advance to suppliers in balance sheet, and now it's showing 600. So for month of November, in order for you to close those amount 600 that reflecting on cash advances to suppliers, we can adjust that using manual journal. So let's create manual journal, and the date, for example, is November. So your reference, just add reclass cash advances to suppliers to freight costs, then mention the exact bill number reference. So just copy paste same notes. So you can add one tab, guys, so you can view the previous bill that we've created, because you are required to put or add the specific bill number reference. Well, because later on, if we're gonna reconcile some accounts title, then it's easy for you to retract the original entry. What's the original entry of this manual journal that we are creating right now? So just copy paste the reference from bill to manual journal. So I'm suggesting, guys, manual journal, you must do it either for freight forwarders or per reference. It's up to you, guys. So here now we can recognize freight cost in month of November, because we assumed that we had posted the sales invoice of this customer's PO. So don't forget to add contact. So later on, if you're gonna export the ledger of this cash advances, then it will also reflect there was the specific company name that you've adjusted under manual journal. Save and publish. So that's it. That's how we adjust cash advance to freight cost. Have a nice day and see you on my next video.